As a single professional, I had debt and no savings after my divorce. I always wonder how I can start investing in real estate to secure my future. I studied programs that gave me all the benefits of investing in real estate. Some claim I could start with no money, but I could not find one that gave me the practical, actionable steps I needed. As a wealth advisor, I've met people that own real estate but weren't ahead financially. They were rich, but they weren't wealthy. Then I finally realized that there was one vital component missing that makes someone become wealthy or not. And on this show, I will reveal what I found and give you the step-by-step actions to start investing in real estate and increase your wealth. My name is Araceli. Let's get started. Welcome everyone. This is Araceli, Transition Wealth Advisor and Real Estate Investor in the US and Canada. And today we have a great lady that she's going to give us her story, Carol Korenic. Carol, can you tell us what you do today and what interests you? Why did you decide to start investing in real estate?
Sure. Hi, Araceli. So my name is Carol Korenic, and I've been a real estate agent now for about 12 years. And also I am an active investor as well for real estate properties all over.
So what did you do before you were a real estate investor? Well, not a realtor, I mean.
Yes, I was a massage therapist actually, and I did that for about 18 years. And then prior to that, I was in the dental assisting field.
Okay, so you have been actually changing different things. So when
Yeah.
did you decided that you wanted to become a real estate investor?
Well, after about 15 years of massage therapy, I started to feel a little bit burnt out physically, and I always had an interest in real estate and decorating and that sort of thing. So I decided that it might be best to leave the massage therapy field and get into real estate full time. So that's what I did.
Well, that's amazing. And let me tell you, this lady has a super good taste. I've been at her house and it is a beautiful decorated. Did you actually take formal courses in interior design or decorating?
Actually, no, I didn't. It was all self-taught over the years. I've been purchasing properties for, gosh, long time now. So as you learn as you go, basically. Trial and error is the best education, in my opinion.
For sure, for sure. Obviously, make it, do it practically. That's what it gives us the ability. But in any event, you do have an eye for decorating and colors and everything. It's
Thank you.
beautiful what you do. So
Thank
tell
you.
me, what was the first investment property that you bought?
The first investment property was besides my own personal homes, we
Mm-hmm.
bought a student rental out in London, Ontario. Yeah, my stepdaughter moved out there for school, so we decided to purchase a property for her to live in, and then we became like investors, kind of. That was
Yeah.
our first property, our first project, and from there we've moved on to buying things closer to home, so it was easier for us to manage. But
Mm-hmm.
now we're getting into more commercial properties, and having property management do all of the work. So yeah, that's where
Yeah,
we're
for
kind of at.
sure. Well, as you grow, like anything, right? Like you start delegating, and that is one of the things that real estate investors need to do, and they need to learn as you go along,
Yes.
because otherwise you can't do everything, and it is not the best use for a real estate investor to be managing directly. When we start, of course, you have to do it yourself as you go along, but
Mhm.
then after that, then you have to get the right people to do that. So tell me, but what I'm looking for here, for the audience to understand is what triggered you to say, you know what, I'm going to buy a property for, as an investment so I can get a return. Tell me that story.
Well, I always knew I had an interest in real estate, and I would be investing personally. I didn't know at first that it was going to become a career for
Mm-hmm.
me, because typically I just wanted to I knew there would be a point in my life where I would need to stop working for money and have my money working for me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really where it all began in my mind. And then basically I just decided to take action, and it's just kind of been growing ever since.
That it's amazing. You see, the reason that I ask you this is that because of all the people that I encounter, they come from many different places.
Mm-hmm.
For myself, I tell you, when I was growing up, I was born in Mexico and I grew up there. The environment is completely different now that I live in Canada. But even when I came to Canada, I never really had an interest in real estate until after my divorce. And I saw that I needed to secure my future, to look
Right.
for something that it was more tangible and that it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't going to go away.
Right.
And all people, I ran into people that they, from the very beginning, their parents have an own real estate and they've been taught that. And they
Mm-hmm.
come from a totally different background, but they end up owning real estate. And for me, it actually changed my life.
Right.
The whole thing changed when I started investing in real estate. And
Yes.
that's what I always look for, that story, because everybody comes from such a different place, but they end up in real estate. How about your partner? Did he actually help you do that, or did he come from that background? When you started investing together, what was his input? What is his story from that point?
Yes, definitely. He's been a part of it. We started investing together with the student rental.
Mm-hmm.
We bought our own personal property first, and then we actually put in a basement apartment to help with the mortgage payments and whatnot.
Yeah.
So actually, that was our second
Yeah.
investment. Um,
Well, it is.
yes, portion, anyways. So which has been great. And since then, we've invested in a couple of condos, townhomes, semi-detached, and now we're looking into expanding into multi-unit buildings all over Canada.
That's awesome. So
Mhm.
the initiative of you becoming, like, going from a massage therapist to real estate agent,
Mhm.
obviously that is a huge difference because it doesn't really have
Yeah,
anything to do with it,
I
right?
know, weird, right?
No, not really. But what I'm trying to say here is you became a real estate agent, and did your perspective change about real estate when you became, or did it grew more, or did it change when it came down to being an investor?
So initially, that's what actually took me into the real estate field, is because I knew I wanted to grow my own portfolio. So I figured what better way than to go in, like, learn everything you can about real estate and how to buy, sell. And so that's what I did. I started that way. And it both aspects of my real estate career have grown, like in terms of helping clients buy and sell their own properties, as
Mm-hmm.
well as my investment journey as well has grown. So that's really what took me into real estate, being a realtor to begin with.
Yeah.
Uh, so I figured better to do it firsthand, right? So
Absolutely. And you see,
yeah,
this is one of the things that I when I do my coaching is, people sometimes they just have the interest of going into real estate, but they don't really see it firsthand. And
mhm,
I think that if somebody is moving into real estate investment and they can do something, it
yeah,
doesn't have to be a realtor if that's not what you want to do,
hmm,
but you could be a contractor. Some people have very good eye for doing this kind of
yes,
thing. There is many other avenues, even a lawyer that is involved in the real estate transactions as well. So
hmm,
that's the best thing. And I think that that kind of made you more successful because you were able to see transactions, right?
yes, for sure, for sure.
And
Every bit of knowledge helps for sure.
yeah, absolutely. So I love that idea. So tell me, what is the latest project that you're working on?
The most recent is the 24 unit multi-unit building out in New Brunswick. So
Oh, wow, that's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
So
it's
tell
very
us the
exciting.
details. How did you find this property?
It's a bit of work looking for the right property. The numbers as an investor, you look at things a little bit differently. It's
Mm-hmm.
not just how pretty the property looks, or I mean, the location is very important, and the numbers have to work. So those are two key factors that you have to consider when you're investing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it took us a while to find a place because the market's just been insane the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So it did take us a bit of time to find the right property, and we just happened to stumble across this one, and the numbers worked really well, and there's a lot of potential for after repair value. So there's certain key factors that go into finding the right place.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of investors go wrong, is
Mm-hmm.
they don't consider all the factors and variables that are necessary before making that purchase.
Yeah.
So we didn't rush into it. It was a big purchase, obviously, and we just wanted to make sure that it was going to be the right purchase. And
Absolutely.
I'm really sorry. I'm really the I want to say that the safe buyer between me and my partners, but I like to make sure that it's a solid purchase before proceeding. So I really do my due diligence in terms of looking at all factors before jumping in. And that's really important. A lot of investors or part-time investors per se,
Yeah.
I think they sometimes lose money because they don't have that experience. They don't have the knowledge of how to basically assess a project before going into it,
Mm-hmm.
which can be scary, but it's important to have the right guidance along the way. Is the point?
Oh, absolutely. And you basically hit a couple of good points. First of all, be patient.
Yep,
People that rush into it, they make a lot of mistakes because of that.
for
And
sure.
they have this FOMO thing, like, fear of missing
Yeah.
out, especially now that the market is so
Hmm.
hot and people going crazy trying to get and overbidding and, 20 offers and so on. But you have to be patient because that property that you're looking for, the numbers have to work.
That's
If they
right.
don't work, it doesn't matter, you're going to be bidding and bidding and bidding, and it's not going to be a good investment after all. So that
Absolutely.
is, you really did hit a good points right there
Hmm.
for the audience. So what would be your advice for somebody that is just starting and they just don't know where to go?
Definitely talk to somebody that has knowledge in investing or with investing. You got to having the right team in place is the most important thing. You obviously can't do it all on your own. So it's really wise to sort of speak to people that have done it successfully, and get referrals, firsthand referrals from other investors that are working in those locations
Mhm.
specifically, that know the areas, that know the people, have past experience with them, and make sure the numbers work. Really,
Yeah,
basics. Those are the basics.
yeah,
It
absolutely.
goes into more depth than that, obviously, but that's basically the first steps.
Absolutely. And you know what? This is like anything that you're starting new. You really
Mhm.
need to start from the very basics and then move on.
Right,
And having the right team, having the right guidance is going to prevent you from making a lot of mistakes.
for
So that
sure.
it's awesome. Like you hit in so many good points. I really appreciate
Oh,
that
thank you.
because the audience can hear from different points how people got themselves started. And if you have the patience, just like Carol did, she's doing very well with her investments. Don't rush into it. That's, another advice of mine as well, because trying to get in and trying to do it fast is not. So to me,
Right,
slow is the best way to get there, and it's going to be safe. It's going to be giving you the right, either cash flow, or if you're flipping homes as well, to give you the right amount of profit. So all of that has to be in there. So I do appreciate you being here and sharing your story. This is
yeah.
very helpful for the audience because they want to know where everybody's coming from. And Carol is Canadian and she's investing here in Canada. So
Mhm.
for all those Canadian friends that think that investing in Canada is not possible, that can tell you it's not true. She is
Mm-hmm.
done it. And how long now are you an investor for? How many years?
Oh gosh, many years. I can't remember how far back we've gone. I would say it's been probably 20 years almost.
Wow. So you see,
Yeah.
it is possible. And the thing in investing, it's always for the long term. So
Yes.
the longer you go, the better off you're going to be. So take your time and do the right thing.
Right.
Carol, I
Exactly.
really appreciate you being here. So now
My
tell me, if
pleasure.
the audience wants to contact you, how would they
Yep.
get a hold of you?
Oh, yes. I can share my email address or my phone number.
Yeah.
My direct line is 416-820-9648. And my email address is Carol, Carol, at searchrealty.ca. And yeah, feel free to reach out if you have any questions. I'd love to help.
Absolutely. So all her details will be on the comments as well. But if you want to get a hold of her, remember she is in Milton,
Mhm.
Canada, in Ontario. For those in the audience that are Canadians that are looking maybe to find in that area good deals, Carol is the person to contact. So uh, I appreciate you being here and sharing your story, Carol.
Thank
It's
you. Thank you for
fantastic.
having me. Yes, thank you for having me, Araceli. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, Carol. Thank you for being here on the show. Please remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified when there are more shows available. And if you would like to have more information on how to start investing in real estate, please visit my website at www.aracelyhernandez.com. Thank you.